Well, boys, it's another day back out here at Elevated AF, my custom truck shop where we build custom trucks. Now, I got a call this morning from an older gentleman telling me about 3 trucks he has sitting in his barn that he is very certain I will be interested in. He wouldn't tell me what they were, though. So we're going to go take a look at those in a bit. But the first thing we got to do this morning is load up 2 trucks here. These 2 5th gens, they have both sold. We've had this lifted 5th gen forever. Same with one of my favorite burnout trucks I've ever owned. I hate to sell this one, but I've got plans to build something even cooler. So this one's got to go. I finally got the right amount of money for it. And this one is actually going to be going into the shop today for a wrap. So that should be pretty cool. Oh yeah, and this massive camping and boating setup I built for the 4th of July, I'm not even going to get to take it out because it has already sold as well, the whole setup. And if I'm being honest, I really didn't want to sell it, but I got an offer I just couldn't refuse. It was too much money. I could almost build 2 of these setups for how much I got paid for this, so this is going to be getting loaded up at some point today and shipped off. How we're going to ship it off, I don't know. Probably going to use the semi. I think that's the only way we're going to be able to fit everything on. Anyways, we're going to load up both single cabs here and get them on their way. We've actually used this 5th gen for a show truck for the longest time, but I need to build myself some new show trucks. We kind of use them as advertising for the shop to show what we can do. All right, hotshot rig is loaded down here. At some point this week, I'm going to try build a loading ramp if I can. A lot of the time, we got to park these trucks over the ramps because this trailer isn't quite long enough. That would just make it a lot easier. All right, hotshot truck is gone, and oh, this dealership's looking so empty. I did have a Can-Am Defender over there that did sell too. I've been saying for the longest time I need to get more inventory, but I've really just been trying to focus on selling some of the old stuff we've had kicking around forever. It was time for a refresh. But at this point, we're just about cleared out, so I'm going to start bringing in a lot more trucks so we can get that all restocked. Speaking of which, I've had this mini truck sitting in here forever. I better get it out on a lot so it can sell. I'll occasionally use it for cruising back and forth to my house, but I got so many trucks kicking around, I just don't as much as I should. So it's getting sold. So this older gentleman's place that we're going to be heading to here shortly, he's actually been at the shop a few times. He drives a super sweet 2nd gen Dodge that I've been trying my hardest to buy off of him, but he refuses to sell it, and I don't blame him because it is so clean. But I guess he's willing to sell me something else. Let me know down in the comments, is it time to build another semi truck? I do seriously like this one, but it's always fun to build a cool semi truck. All right, we're just pulling up to the spot. Oh yeah, this is definitely it. That's his 2nd gen right there. Oh man, that thing is so sweet. I'm just gonna park this off to the side of the road here. That way we don't block anything. There we go. Well, I sent him a text saying I'm here, so he should be out shortly. Oh man. Yeah, this is the truck I've been trying to buy forever. Super clean, single cab, dually. Got the Alcoas. He actually used to own a farm, a really big one. He's been retired for a few years now. He's planning to sell this place and move to his other place in Florida where I guess he has a ton of other trucks. He says he doesn't like this Midwest weather. I don't blame him, but he wants to get rid of the ones here. So I guess we get the opportunity to buy him. Okay, just sent me a text. He'll be out in a minute, but I can go ahead and open up the shed doors here. Let's see what he wants me to buy. Oh, Yep, I'm taking him. I don't care what he wants. Taking him. Crew cab, dually, OBS Ford. Is it a 4-wheel drive? Hold on. Can I see? Oh, it is. It is a 4-wheel drive. Oh, this is so clean. I've never seen either of these out. What's this? This is bullnose. Oh, is that a step side? I didn't even know they made these in step sides. What? That's cool. So both these are F350s. One's a dually, one's a single rear wheel. Oh, man. Oh, they're so clean. They're so dang clean. The first thing I'd change about this truck, though, is this branch hand. Not a big fan of ranch hands, but the rest of this truck, super dang clean. I don't think these things have ever seen winter. All right, well, I hear I'm coming out, so I'm going to have a chat with him. All right, well, I just had a chat with a gentleman. He had to go take a phone call, but we are pretty much done deal on all 3 of these trucks. I bought the 2 F350s. I didn't buy this one, though. I'll tell you why. This was his brother's truck that he bought off of him, I don't know how many years ago. It's in a bit of rough shape, some mismatched panels. It needs some engine work. He actually wants to do a full engine swap. Basically, he wants me to build this truck for him, and he's going to take this one to Florida. He wants me to basically fully restore it, but then lift it, put a new motor in it, and put some bigger wheels and tires. I tried to talk him into some Alcoa type wheels or something like that, but he has a particular set of wheels he's been eyeing for a while, and it's a bit interesting. It's still gonna look cool. So we're gonna load all 3 of these up, get them back to the shop. I have got a very big check to write him. That's going to be fun. But in exchange for building this, we do get a bit of a discount on these. So that's nice. That, and I tried to talk him into selling a 2nd gen. I even offered him a brand new 5th gen Dodge in exchange, which I know seems ridiculous, but that truck actually has 25,000 miles, which for a 2nd gen is unheard of. Oh yeah. This thing runs real good, actually. It's just got some oil leaks, though. You can kind of see where it was parked before. We're going to be putting in a brand new engine for him, though. All right, got this thing up on the top here to give us more than enough space for both crew cabs. Oh, it sounds so good. Now, he's kept both these trucks, other than, I guess, a couple things on the dually, pretty stock. He did add track bars to this, though. But he said he did use it for towing back in the day. Both these trucks were on the farm, but they are in immaculate condition for being on the farm. So I got no complaints. But the paint is getting a little faded, so these are probably both going to be getting fresh paint jobs. Maybe not the red truck, because that thing is super clean. Yeah, I really don't think this thing needs a new paint job. Oh yeah, and this one does have track bars too. If you guys couldn't already tell, the OBS Ford is like one of my all-time favorite trucks. If you check out my real life channel, Austin Ruther, I actually built one recently, and it's one of my favorite vehicles I own. And there is not much turning radius with these wheels. That is basically touching. Oh, love to have a nice semi-trailer like this. You can fit so many vehicles on it. If I really wanted to, I could fit 3 OBS Fords on this. Maybe one day. So actually, kicking around in the back of the shop there, a few months ago, I bought 2 old school aftermarket rear bumpers from the 90s that people used to put on these OBS Fords, and it's one of my like favorite mods you can do to one of these old trucks. So I guess we're going to be putting them to use now. All right, back at the shop once again. We're going to get all these trucks unloaded and into the shop, and then I got to figure out how to load up that whole camper deal there. That should be fun. First 2 things coming off this truck, the topper and the bumper. Now, some of you are going to be sad to know that I do plan on lifting both of these trucks, but it's for a very particular reason, which you guys will see. Big Bertha over here, though, goes on the big lift. Oh man, we barely fit on this thing. This is one wide dually, and up on the lift she goes. This truck should be small enough that I think we can get her on the small lift here, one that we typically use for side-by-sides, and up you go. All right, that is almost a full shop. Very close. While the guys are working on that, I got a bunch of other stuff to do, like figuring out how to get this all on there. Oh boy. So first thing I think I'm obviously going to try is just to load this all straight up on there. I'm going to have to turn around though and come at it on a straight shot. Okay, so this is not fitting. There's just no way. Yeah, that's not fitting. Okay, well, plan B. So this is plan B. The whole truck, camper, and side-by-side goes on this trailer. I got the big Tex over here, and the boat goes on this. It's a good thing I kept that backup hotshot truck around. Now we got it all figured out, hopefully. As much as I hate to take 2 of my guys off our main projects, they're gonna have to go run these down to wherever they're going. I actually don't know where they're going. I don't think they're going that far though, but far enough. I just don't want to drive the whole setup. When we sell a customer a truck, we don't really want any extra miles on that truck unless they specifically request us to drive it, but they requested us to haul it, so this is our best course of action. All right, it's been a couple days here and the dealership's looking even emptier, but we just had this guy come in with this 5th gen Ram 3500. It's a single cab dually, which I love single cab dualies, but he wants to trade for this fully built 3rd gen Dodge. The red one we've had on the lot for a good bit now, but this thing is absolutely built to the nines, so it's probably going to be a straight across trade. He's just in the office doing some paperwork. If we get that all sorted, we get a 5th gen single cab, which I guess we're going to have to build. I've got a pretty cool idea for it though, so that should be fun. All right, deal's done. Just getting this thing backed into the shop so the guys can start working on it. And this 5th gen over here is about to go for a wrap. Now, I was thinking of something like a different kind of white, but now I'm thinking since we got that other 5th gen in that's black, we should just wrap this in black. And I think we're going to do a similar suspension color on the other 5th gen. Yeah, that's going to look really cool. All right, it has been about 2 weeks here and all the trucks are finished up. The guys have been working super hard, but I think they all turned out so dang cool. This bullnose step side that we did up for the older gentleman, bit of an interesting deal for an older guy. Usually not a fan of the bigger wheels, but this is exactly what he requested. We completely rebuilt the engine, gave it a little more horsepower, gave this thing a fresh new paint job, redid all the suspension, gave it a little bit of a lift, put brand new wood in the back, blacked out some of the chrome, just made this a sweet little driving around rig. This thing was already solid axle swapped, so super easy to put a lift in. Rodeo forged wheels, amp tires, tires. What are these, amps or furies? I can't remember, but nevertheless, it looks cool. The two OBS Fords turned out just better than I ever could have hoped. We put brand new Super Duty axles in both of them. I had these old Alcoas sitting in the back of the shop. I took them to a polisher, got them all polished up, put some big spiked lugs on there, lifted this thing up a good bit, all new suspension through there. One of the guys really wanted wheel lights on there. I'm not sure why, but I mean, it lights the truck up a little bit. Gave this thing a fresh new paint job, clear lights, visor, put some new track bars on there, full straight pipe, Hydra tuner, and this sweet old school rear bumper. Love these things. Oh, that and a cowl hood. The guys were just about to finish up paint on the truck, and I found it on Marketplace. I'm like, hold on, we gotta add this. So we did, and I think it turned out super dang cool. The dually. This might be one I have to keep. I don't know what it is about dualies, but I don't know. I feel the need to keep them. We kept the original Alcoa wheels that were on there, added 40s on there, jacked this thing up way more. It was originally sitting on 38s. Another a bit more of an off-road tire versus a street tire, but did a very similar lift kit, big mud flaps, that rear bumper, of course, full straight pipe and Hydra tune. We did do a little bit of paint correction, but beyond that, this is the original paint, so I think it looks pretty wicked. And then the 5th gen Dodge that we got in on trade, we switched up the grille, the bumper, headlights, basically limited swapped this front end, got some new suspension in there with that same powder coating as that other 5th gen, which was supposed to go off for a wrap, but didn't. So hopefully next week we can get that wrap on there to match. That would look pretty dang cool. The one thing that this thing's missing is spiked lugs. We kind of ran out, but maybe I'll get those on in their future. Bunch of Flight Fab suspension, full delete and tune, Alpha X tails, all the good stuff. I forgot to mention that this truck also had a limited interior already put into it. That's why we did the whole limited front end swap as opposed to just keeping the stuff that was on there before. So this is one done up truck, and I think the forces just look so good on that. Actually, there's one thing I want to compare here real quick. So a while back, we did build another crew cab OBS. We actually did a very similar color, but a little bit of a different build. I just want to see the differences here. This one's definitely taller. Yeah, pretty similar truck. It's the exact same trim level, except this one has the, oh, nope, wrong truck. This one has the King Ranch swapped interior. As much as I love that truck, this is just so much cooler with the King Ranch interior. Oh, there's a main difference though. This one's a short bed, this one's a long bed. That's about the main difference. Anyways, let me know down in the comments which one you prefer, the long box OBS crew cab or the short box OBS crew cab. I think both these trucks look equally as good. And honestly, if I didn't have to, I wouldn't sell any of them. But big shout out to McLean Modding for the OBS mod. I'll have his Patreon link down in the description. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed. Subscribe and goodbye.